It's 11:33, January 25th, Thursday, 2018. I've just left the building that's been my home, my office, my corporate offices, my place of the last 30 plus years. On public records, anyway. I don't live on public record anywhere. Never have. Not years. Not since teenager. No, not to say I haven't had multi-million-dollar mansions, because I have. In several areas, Westwood, Mar Vista, Brentwood, Santa Monica, Highland Park. I just closed up a multi-million-dollar mansion because even though I had videos showing police were breaking into my house and ransacking it, police couldn't figure out who was doing it. Of course, it really wasn't them. And people can rent costumes and stuff. I even had videos of my landlord and my neighbors breaking in and ransacking my house, yet they were never prosecuted. And so finally, after 18 break-ins in 12 months, people putting pesticides and toxins and turning my house upside down and doing Satan worship shit in more rooms when I was not there. Even the house had alarms, alarm systems, somebody was getting in. Right, Jen? Did you happen to get in, Jen? And I was being robbed blind and set up and tortured. So after a year, I finally caved and put everything in storage, and then started shooting stuff on the street, because being off grid on the street, you see a lot of stuff you would never, ever see or imagine unless you have been on the street. You can pretend you're homeless, but unless you can really get into the groove and act and go down to Skid Row and MacArthur Park and in the tunnels and the trenches and really get down. Now, I never eat out of trash cans. I have a lot of rules. I don't share drinks. I don't share cigarettes. I don't share. I never do needles. I'll get down and play in the role. So good that even cops and other people think I am. No, I could have been in places, but I got off grid because that's what I was told to do by the Department of Justice and the FBI. You need to get off grid. It's that serious. So I got off grid. I didn't get off all the way like they wanted, and I didn't go away like they wanted, and there's part of the key. I should have listened in hindsight, because it's that serious. I've had that many threats and attempts on my life. And to go to the State Department today, where they knew I've had that much drama, and they also know what a patriot I've been and how much I put my ass on the line for humanitarian rights and others around the world, to go through the series of whatever her name was, she wouldn't tell me, the lady in purple, and Rod, is just unforgivable, especially since diplomatic security services sent me to the window every single time, and he went and talked to him, and he said, no, go back, and it still turned into a shitstorm. So, doesn't matter how much you do for people, you can still get boned at the end. The moral to the story is, if you were hoping for gratitude, it's never coming, get over it. I've given away more money to charities, time, effort, to other people's rights, civilian rights, human rights, research, development, technology, and I don't keep the money for me. I've made billions, literally. I don't keep it for me. I put it in charities, into more research, development, into people. I officially retired in '99. I don't even get a salary doing this stuff. I just go out and do it. And the company bills, and they get paid, and they pay the people working with us, and everybody gets paid except me. Because for me, it's never been about the money. Even if it says you're paying Kurt $20 million in a budget, it goes to the company. I don't keep $20 million. I don't need $20 million to survive. I'm a country boy. I grew up 16 miles outside the nearest city, a population of 2,500 when the tourists showed up in the summertime for boating, or they were up in the winter for like ice fishing and snowmobiling and stuff from Detroit. But Sheboygan, Michigan is a small factory town, and my dad was a foreman at the factory, and my grandpa was the Coca-Cola. The beverage distributor for all kinds of beverages too. A&W root beer and RC Cola and Fanta grape and every Frosties and Coca-Cola. It was like a bottling plant that seemed to do it was like being in Willy Wonka land when I went to emergency back over my head. It's like being in Willy Wonka land, being in this little small town factory that made the beer and all the sodas for the region, and this little bottling company, and helping put the right bottles on the right conveyor belts and watching it be done. But to be able to, it's just, I don't know, as a kid it was really cool for me. But I love my grandpa, Jim Gardner, and part of the line from the royal family of Gardners, Sir Lord Gardner and the knighted Gardners, and not to mention the Kennedy side, and Murphys, and I'm related to a lot of people who have been helping mess the planet up for generations. I don't apologize for what they did, because they did. I had nothing to do with it, man. And if you got issues with something that happened 100 years before your time, get over it. Odds are, while there may be truths to every part you've heard through family folklore, I'm sure there were some details that might have been excluded, because history is his story. The victor, or whoever's telling the story, usually, it's not, hey, but the other underdog really got his ass kicked and was abused. From that perspective, they don't, unless it's underdog like, Samson, Lion, the little guy overtaking the big obstacle. I've always been of the belief, even coming from all that heritage and insanity and whatever, I also saw the broke-ass side, because my parents got divorced young, and Dad wasn't doing child support, and Mom wasn't working except doing her Democratic Party stuff, which paid all of, chump change, in my opinion. And so I knew what it was like to have government cheese and embarrassment of a small town kid, yet in private schools. Somehow he managed to get me in private schools. I had to get that religion, that Catholic education. But we lived on government cheese, and sometimes with mold on and stuff, and it was embarrassing when all the other parents were pulling out money or writing checks, and my mom's trying to count out food stamps and getting flustered and embarrassed, and because divorce in a small town in the Midwest and a Catholic was just like, you're going to hell. Not forgiven easily. My mother was genius and insanity. My dad, very bright man who just wasted his life away, ice fishing and drinking too much, and car accidents. Small town, guy who never grew up, kind of overly charged adolescent adult who, thought he was Casanova. Wasn't home a lot as a kid. Never showed up at my basketball games, my sporting events, my recitals, my performances, to my fine arts education, for playing, for being in bands or choiring. Even when I was touring on the North American tour, or in competitions, state competitions in different states, and singing and touring in different countries, he wasn't even there to send me off. Or when I was going, on trips around North America somehow on Broke-Ass Mountain, and also when I was 10, and I always worked as a kid, even when I was 5, I was like mowing lawns and selling lemonade and handing out bumper stickers for campaigns, and I've always been go-go gadget, and always have been able to rattle off characters and do improv, and just very fast mind. We used to play double entendre and word games as kids, my mom and I, and try and find bigger words, and improv, and did turn the radio and TV off, and I'd still be going in character voices, imitating, whomever. On the Tonight, it's Saturday Night Live, as a kid, and by the time I was 5, I knew it was time to move on and not do anything the family thought I should do. One of those honest jobs like, religion, medicine, politics, legal. Because I saw the corruption from all the people I kept meeting in my living room. When things got icky with something they were involved in, they would look for spin control and ways to assign the blame or the guilt or the problem to someone else and accept no negligence and deny all responsibility. And it made me want to vomit, especially since I had been grounded since birth that if you lie, you go to hell. It was repulsive to me. And so I convinced my mom after 5 years that I needed to be in entertainment because I could heal people with comedy and laughter. I could expose dangers and disasters and corruption around the world and expose the truth. I could help people find religion and a God by acts of kindness and helping charities and setting examples and being a good person and many other things. It was a long list. And finally, sobbingly at age 10, she signed it. I've had multiple identities with our government since age 10. I think CGIS, last time I pulled a check, Interpol, one of them had like 40 different identities. Those are not all ones I've used or assumed. I guess they're on the books so I can use them, or other people put them on the books saying I've used those names, or some jackass just doesn't know what coding fucking nuts. I don't know. I've used multiple names, more than 2, yes. Kurt Kelly, Joseph Cronin, Edward James, and there are a series of names. The Phoenix, but I'm very clear which ones I've used. So the other ones I scratch my head and go, okay, was somebody not listening, or was somebody adding data for something future? I have no clue. I have no supporting documents, claims, or other things that I've ever been. The voice of God, yes. The voice of experience, yes. Those are more handles than names, but some people may think it's, I don't know, go fuck yourself. That could be a name. Hey, he said his name was Go Fuck Yourself. Because I tell people that when they've been assholes. You know what? My name is Go Fuck Yourself. Leave me alone. Women have accused me, and it's true. I have no filter from here to here. Why? I'm honest. You may not like what I'm saying to your dumb ass, but if I've said it, probably meant it. And if not, maybe I pushed a little too hard because my blood was boiling. But I'm a triple Gemini, and I don't hold grudges. I don't forget shit either. Don't get me wrong. So if we haven't settled the score, believe me, I'll still be back to settle the score. From infinity to infinity, you will deal with me again. Even in your dying breath, you will deal with me again. I guarantee it. Whether it's in this incarnation or I'm in a different form, doesn't really matter to me. What's thrilling to me is I know you're going to have to deal with me again. If you lied in my face, if you stole from me, if you jacked with me, you will deal with me again. Whether you knew it or not, we'll discuss that at the time. If we even have a discussion, because some of you are just going right to hell, webcam, Zoom. Not even in a handbasket, it won't be a ceremony, it's just over. Some of you may have more prolonged agony just because of what you did and what you owe, and I need information. See, I never show up with weapons I don't need, never have. According to the FBI and local training thing, I had an agent take me along with CHP, and it was documented. I shot at a 99.5 kill or serious wound. You're not walking away alive if I have the weapon. Not happening. That's why I don't carry one, because I know if I snap, somebody could be down, and maybe I should have taken another think about it, or looked at another perspective, or just chilled for a second. That wouldn't happen. Have I had opportunities to kill? Have I killed? I'm a humanitarian first and foremost. I will go. There are times I've come really close to, but I get that flash of, okay, I can exit here, I can come back and deal with this later. It's not the time for this one to go. It's only a distraction for other things that are more important, like the concept for world peace. getting out of the country alive right now and getting some other stuff out that's much more important and prudent than this one piece of shit right now, which could bring cops or other people. And while they've all told me you got a green light, happy hot, and put them in body bags, we don't care, we know you've been threatened and you got the evidence. Yeah, and I could knowingly and willingly do that, and it would be justified because odds are they come at me and try and rob me again kill me for the 20th time. Why should I have ever had to be put in that position? Why do I have to do your job? Why can't you pick them up and keep them in? If somebody's already tried to murder me and you've had the weapons that they've done, like the guy in Santa Monica last night, 3 previous times, why was he walking the street the 4th time last night in 6 months and pulled a shove on me again, and it's in front of witnesses, and you couldn't send a motherfucking unit in Santa Monica? Despite multiple calls, and you didn't send anybody to meet me at where I told you I'd be waiting for you either? Nor did you do callbacks. Yeah, you have my numbers, you have my names. I have recordings of the calls. That to me is more important than getting the big bad guys, criminals with badges, off those chairs, so we start getting people back in there that protect and serve, than this little piece of shit that may put me in a monkey jam for a while, and I gotta get an attorney in Spain, and it just throws my whole game off 6 months or a year and gives you more time to fuck with me. No, I'm really highly focused, and I didn't buy that shark bait you sold that on to keep covered pizza cop to jack with me. And so, just saying doesn't mean I have forgotten who it is, and I do have video stills and a memory like an elephant, and it doesn't always have to be me showing up to do the dirty work. I can send attorneys, a Haitian hit squad. You just never know with a guy like me, it's phone calls. And I will be doing phone calls from the other side of the planet. I will be rocking shit on the side of the planet like you can't imagine. So you're only going to have to be sitting there guessing like a motherfucker and looking over your shoulder and sleeping with both eyes open, because if you fucked with me and try to screw with me and stop me from telling the truth, or doing the concert for world peace, or taking intellectual property and destroyed film footage on archival stuff that is irreplaceable, if you honestly don't think I'm not going to be your armored motherfucking get, and you're going right to fucking hell, let me assure you, in any lifetime, this or the next, you will meet me again, and I'll kick your ass straight through the fucking chute to hell. You have no recourse. Amnesty over. Uncle Kurt ain't playing anymore, ain't negotiating, sitting down with the highest level people of government around the world over the next month, setting some records straight, and jerking some change for people putting shit in my records to send missed signals around the country and around the world, and letting everybody know you fuck with me any further, and there's going to be so much stuff that I'll forget to keep recoding that you're going to have stuff surface around the planet that is going to cause one colossal shitstorm riot for leaders, because they're going to realize what a bunch of cunts you all are. I've never been your property. I've never been your employee. I've never worked for a government. I consult. I'm a contractor. Don't you ever mistake that and think you can bitch slap me, call me with orders, send CIA or other motherfuckers up my ass, and I'm going to respond promptly to that, or properly. And rest assured, no matter what the outcome of that incident is, even if I have to flip time, reverse time, change time, I don't time jump. You know I can do that, or split time. I don't give a fuck. I'll mastermind a way right up your ass. You're gonna see my size 14 shoe coming out of your mouth if you continue to jack in the hood with me. Uncle Kurt ain't playing. I'm working on a concert for world peace. I'm not taking prisoners, and I'm not dealing with any more assholes. If you're in the way, get ready to get mowed right the fuck over. You're either on the team or you're buying tickets to the spectators. Because if you hack my stuff and bootleg or steal, I'll still come after you like you're a terrorist. I'm done being robbed by jackasses. I'm done being tortured, tormented by governments, people, places, institutions, or people who think that I don't deserve my own stuff because I earned it and paid for it and bought it, and you still want to take it because it's mine, it's yours, but if I touch your shit, you're going to kill me. Wake the fuck up, Charlie Browns. Wake up, sheeple. Wake up, you gangsters. Wake up, you Crips, Blood, Shoreliners, motherfucking crooked cops, or other FBI agents, CIA, KGB, or people who think you're gonna screw with me. You're obviously not clear enough to see the dossier of how many you have. And I'm still here, and most of them aren't. Go finger. I'm not someone to be taken lightly. I'm not someone to be toyed with. I will have her back to the day that I'll take the bullet for you. So I'm always honest to me. Whether we're dating or we're friends, as long as you're honest. Second you hiccup on that one, I'll be up your ass like a hurricane, up your own ego. Because if you're gonna lie, the little shit, you're gonna lie on everything. I don't tolerate that shit. I don't lie. Now, I may not give you the answers you want in your interrogations, cross-referencing, reinventing facts, and coming back different days and trying to throw me under the bus. But I'm answering the questions you're dumb enough to ask. Many times you don't ask the right questions to induce the answers you want. You want to skirt around it because you want to, oh, I led him there. Whatever. You want a direct answer, ask a direct question. You want to beat around a bush, go talk to George and his wife or all those fucking bushes. I don't have time for that bullshit. I'm in now, I'm in the minute, I'm right here, I'm highly fucking focused. I may be high, but that's on me. Dr. Heal Thyself. Don't be in judgment unless you've lived in my shoes and gone through the living hell and back multiple times I have. The attempts on your life taken and coming back. Don't even guess you have a clue what you know what I'm not. Call me a lunatic if you want. I don't care. Go fuck yourself. You've got to talk to someone who gives a shit. So I don't give a shit about what people feel and think. So I'm tired of being judged and analyzed and people comparing me and putting faces on, well, you're like so-and-so. No, I'm not judging you that way, even though I know you're probably going to turn out to be a crackhead or a gangster. You're going to fuck with me in some way once shit and not want to say thank you even or pay for it. But I'm not going to come on to you that way. I'm going to start out slow and yes, you want to say you got a bug or and just feel it out and oh no, here I only have 25 cents and this happened and it's the truth and I feel it. Hell, I may give you a cigarette and say keep the 20 cents. I share things. Because I share doesn't give you the right to take, it doesn't give you the right to lurk, and it doesn't give you the right to assume it's okay to just take without asking. It's still my shit. Take what I share and don't say, well, that's not enough. Oh my God, you fucking ingrate. You had none. I gave you some and now you're saying you need more? You didn't even say thank you, you whined? Do you know how many times, millions of times I've heard that over the years around the world? And it makes me want to vomit. Sometimes I get more, other times I kind of come up with, you know, it's just not working. And then I got beaten up or robbed or called names and whatever. And there are those who know me well who said, if I never gave another thing to anyone, I've already given so much. No one, even Jesus Christ, I hate to do, has given so much. I don't care. I'm not out for an award. I'm doing it because it's the right thing. I'm taking each person as a new person. Each face is a new face, even though they may remind me of, you know, Sister Mary Elephant or Twisted Sister or Linda Blair. By the way, I miss Carrie Fisher. What a sweetheart, her and her mom. I knew them both. Wow, what a flesh. I've been blessed to know the genius of our times, of math, science, aerospace, literature, arts, journalism, news, film, Pepper Ghost, Mirage, imaging, virtual reality, on the cutting edge of these technologies and helped to research and develop so many myself. Because my mind works that way. While doing television and film and consulting companies and governments and getting involved with stuff that, no, I have never worked in that technology with the auto industry, but sure, with the right plan and the right people and the right incentive, I've gotten involved in chocolate manufacturing in foreign countries and food and gourmet foods that you would never see my name attached to and have no idea I was any part of it. Because again, it's not about always having the name, oh, it's another Kurt Kelly band, it's another whatever. Yeah, a lot of times I'm such a recluse. I am a recluse. I shoot so much that it looks like I go more than I do, and yet I go even more than that. Because there's a lot of stuff that's never, ever going anywhere. You'll find out. For a lot of reasons. My protection, your protection, their protection, for national security, for go fuck yourself, it's none of your business, you know, a lot of reasons. A lot of people have access. There are people who need to know have access to anything they need to know about Kurt. If you're not on that list, you're just guessing, hacking, taking shots, reading whatever drivel you can find or cyber little facts. But if you drill down, there's a lot of honesty, there's depth, there's integrity, professionalism, compassion, humanitarianism, genius, insanity. It's a fine line between genius and insanity. I skated quite well every day. I, as a child, was almost going to become a pro figure skater. I was so good. I could backwards figure eights. I was in competitions. I wasn't into the hockey. I did play some football, baseball more, some basketball. I wasn't into the more violent sports, boxing. It's not that I couldn't kick your ass or I could get my ass kicked. It's just like, for what? So I'm gonna have headaches for days and feel stupid. Have I gone to boxing matches? Do I know boxers? Hell yeah, Mike Tyson and I used to hang together all the time in the Hollywood Hills. It is places or parties we were at or mansions we were hanging at or other places. And Sugar Ray, Bill McKenty. I've known a lot of boxers and have been friends. Hung and partied. Sports figures, Kirk Gibson, Rose. I've known some geniuses of our time. Rocket scientists, JPL, NASA, White House, Warren Christopher, Madeleine Albright. I mean, I can get on a list of people who have changed history and changed time, and I had personal interactions with them, relationships or direct access. I don't rattle off things just to name drop, although everybody thinks it is. But when you work in so many industries and governments and professions and get invited to consult others, or you just want to do it, I never allowed myself to be put in a box even at the network, so I couldn't just be the one thing. You know, the networks, you had to be like the sales guy or the GM or the program director, the air talent. You couldn't be anything else. I always came in and had multiple titles. I was like the PD and ran the music and research, or the assistant PD and the music director and the research director, but also helped run promotion and oversaw what was going on with sales to make sure, it was in my contracts that I had to have influence in all aspects of the network facility. Plus, I consulted the whole network chain division, was flown around at their expense, installing computer and networking systems and research in all networks, NBC, ABC, CBS. I was the guy who computerized them and brought them research, and program scheduling, and rotations that were computerized. Before that was all on cards and handwritten and flipped and typed. But it made me insane to deal with all that. As I learned that stuff and perfected and helped develop it and was writing code and learning how to run major computers and interface with institutions and governments and other networks. And that's how my mind works. And yet, love romantic comedies and do comedy and do stand-up and sit down and series and drama and voiceover and director. Do my own stunts. Write. Have my own companies. Because I always believed I could do anything. And if I set my mind to it, I can excel at it. You're only limited by your own thinking. Other people may try and hold you back, hold you down, and they will only be successful if you let their voices contaminate your head and your dreams. Or you start to buy into it and start to push yourself down. There are so many people I give a compliment to and say you're beautiful, or I think you could do this or that, or I'll help you do this and that, and they go, oh no, you don't understand, I'm terrible. Or no, I could never. You're your own cock block. You stopped me. I offered, I complimented, I offered to help you refine and perfect your gift. You have to understand, I've been doing this since childhood. I've been classically trained, Bach, Beethoven. I know how to play. I used to know how to read music. I can play it a year, but those weren't all just gifts. They were refined tools. Even my voice is a refined tool. I've made millions and millions with my voice. Yeah, a blessing, but also a tool because I've perfected my instruments. Michael Jackson didn't become a rock star, superstar, icon by sitting on his laurels. He worked his ass off night and day, dancing, learning the moves, the moonwalk. He wrote, he had gotten with other people, Quincy Jones, and that is a sign of a winner. You just take charge and keep charging and you go in all directions and you make it work everything you go because that's what you know how to do. You just won't accept less. You know, I'm known for saying, backups for backups for backups. We're live, we're never down. No excuses for failures. No dead air. Life is in motion. You know, all of a sudden have, 2 minutes of dead air because they turn the signal on. If you do, then you're probably dead and they're trying to bring it back to life, and that's a whole lot, but it's still all in real time. Moment in time from infinity to infinity, but you're in real time. Wake up, sheeple. What are you doing to help others and for world peace today?